Hello, hello. I realized my mic was on as I was typing, but this will be a very scuffed REKT1800 stream. I've already tested the PCB, so if that's fun, we don't have to waste our time watching me tweezer the PCB, and you don't have to watch that, which that's fun. And I did the stabs earlier today too, so you also don't have to watch that. No offense to watching stabs, sometimes it's fun. There's a part of me that's weirdly insecure about doing stabs with an audience, because I'm intermediate, I'm not an expert by any means, but it's fun. It's a good time. Just gonna start doing these stabs and start screwing them in. These are just regular purple Durock stabs. They're nothing special. I'm building this board for my coworker's son. He's 14 and it's a surprise for Christmas, so he's not gonna see it for a while. But we are doing a silver REKT1800 with NicePBT Noel, so that was his taste. I think he has good taste. Noel is nice. But yeah, I have a REKT myself, but it's been about a year since I've built one, but hey, it'll be fun. And this is my first time streaming a build, so we'll see if I can remember and try to talk the whole time, but that's, I don't know, a little questionable. Yeah, getting those screwed in. I already tested the audio with the fume extractor and it's really bad. It's gonna be funny. I might as well just get the lead poisoning and not use it, honestly, because it's just gonna ruin the audio. Cool. Stabs. We got stabs. I don't really like how Definicky, if you order 5 stabs, they just package them all in separate bags. It's fine. I get it, sometimes you just want to order a one-off stab, but I'm no, I want all of them for this big build. I haven't used Durocks in a while. I'm normally a TX stabs girly, but the kids, sorry kiddos, I don't know if you're gonna tell the difference or appreciate the TX stabs, so they're just getting Durocks. Sorry. And yeah, oh, and I guess I should say Merry Christmas, Ryan, if you're watching this VOD months in the future. This is me building your key. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. I thought about playing royalty-free Christmas music in the background, but I figured that would have been a little too corny, you know what I mean? Got those staberinos snipped in. I can hear the rustling of the bag and the feedback too. I don't know how I feel about that, but it might be a little too loud, but hey, it's gonna be scuffed no matter what, baby. I already feel the lube kind of getting everywhere because they were just lubed sitting in this bag, but that's fine, it's okay. Oh yeah, I recently got a WoW stick. And I really enjoy it. It's, part of me gets a little nervous with electric, the speed of it all, on the PCBs, but it's okay. So far I haven't ruined any of the builds I've done with it so far, so I'm okay with just using it. And I also realized just now that I forgot, oh, this is a magnetic tip, literally the entire point of having this, and I've been schlubbing the screws in with my sausagey fingers, so that's fun. We're gonna learn. Oh, maybe I should just stick to my sausage fingers instead, because I don't know. I just dropped that. Wow. 2 stabs down. Couple 4 more to go. Snip, snapping them in. We love this royalty-free kind of like 80s synthwave music, right? It's kind of corny, but I don't know, it was a vibe. You know, I'm just gonna, no, I was gonna like snap them all in and then, I don't know, I figured like I'm clumsy, I'm gonna lose a screw or something if I do that, so I'm just gonna stick to using one little baggie at a time. I don't know if my cat's visible in the background. He's right there. Probably getting up to mischief, buddy. You better watch yourself. If I was one of those advanced streamers and not doing this for the first time, I'd have like a cat cam or something, but you know, maybe in the future he can get his own little section. These cameras are pretty low quality too. I got them for like 30 bucks at Best Buy. They were on sale. We can invest in higher quality equipment later down the road. For now, this is just fun, and mainly the kids like probably wanted to see the build process once they do get the keyboard. So I'm mainly doing it for the children. I'm gonna try to keep it like PG-13. I do get a little vulgar sometimes, but I'm like, it's for the children. I gotta rein it in. Yeah. Stabs. I'm like having a brain fart where I'm like, where are the holes for this next one? Oh, I see them now. There's just so much going on over there. But it's because of ISO. It's just funny because these REKT1800 kits only come with like, you can't do like a 7U plate with it. Like, there's not a lot of customization options available at all, so everything's just gonna be very standard, but that's fine. No 7U. There's only one plate option. Not a lot of layout options, but it's okay. Like, it's funny because these boards are a surprise for the kids and they don't really know that it's happening, but my boss and I kind of like tricked them under the guise of like, I'm building her a keyboard, and then the kids just like gave her recommendations for what kind of keyboard she should have. So they don't know they're getting these, but he was just like, oh, I recommend that you get this silver REKT1800 with NicePBT Noel. I only gave PBT sets as options to pick from because I knew the kids would have like grubby little Cheetos fingers and they're just gonna ruin ABS. Like, they're too young to appreciate it. We're not gonna get GMK for these kids, maybe when they're older. Maybe if I convert them to keyb nerds now, when they're young, they can appreciate it in the future, but it's alright. For now, they'll enjoy it. They'll play like all of the Roblox and all of the Fortnite. I don't know what I think they play Apex too. I don't play any of those games because I'm too sensitive for like PvP anything. But I'm sure they'll have a lot of good like killing in some kind of battle royale format fun with these keybs. And it was funny too to try to get their like Switch preferences without a Switch tester. That was hard. They all actually, like, from what they verbally described, all 3 of the kids wanted tactiles, or maybe I made that executive decision for them and they're just gonna learn to like tactiles. I don't know, but they're like, oh, I want like a physical sensation of a bump, but I also want to be a quick gamer. So I was like, okay, somewhere in the middle. Like, I didn't even want to introduce clickies as an option for them because I'm like, there's gonna be 3 kids like gaming at the same time in one house. Like, that sounds like absolute horrible audio experience for the parents, so I just didn't even tell them that clickies were a thing. Ruled them out completely. I thought they were all gonna pick linears because they like play games and stuff, but they were like, no, I want the bump. And I was like, good, excellent children. I am also a tactile fan. I used to be I'm still a linear fan. I enjoy both for different things, but I was strictly a linear fan for a long time. Not a long time, I'm still like kind of new to the hobby, but initially when I joined the hobby, I was a linear fan. And then over time, I'm like, no, I like tactiles. I like the sensation. It's fun. I like a heavy tactile, I've come to learn. I like my fingers to feel like laborious. I want to feel the effort, the pain. But yeah, I don't know, linears are cool too. I love the sound of linears, that's the thing. It's like, it's kind of like, it's definitely an overused meme, like, oh, sock, haha. But I do like a deeper, that kind of deep, almost wet sound that a good linear has. I know that sounds gross, but I enjoy that. But the tactile sensation is the most fulfilling, like in the feedback. Sorry, someone reacted to my B-reel, so I had to check it. I forgot to use the magnetic tip again. So we're back to the sausage fingers, but it's okay. One more stab to go, and then we're almost done, and we can start, like, actually soldering. The soldering iron's already heating up. It's already there. We have it at a good 360 degrees Celsius. It's like probably like not as hot as most people do it, but it's also not the coldest. It's like, I feel like it's just slow enough for me to not bumble around and ruin this, but yeah. Last stab. I don't know why I picked purple stabs for this build, but I did. I was like, it's not gonna match Noel at all, but I did pick Tecsee purple pandas for this build, so I figured it would kind of be like a cool match. I didn't lube the purple pandas. I probably should have. If I was, like, not gonna lie, if I was doing the build for myself, I probably would have lubed them, but I figured that, like, the kids wanted to hear the switch working more, and I wanted them to hear, like, the differences in the different switches that I'm doing. Like, I just picked 3 different tactiles for 3 different REKT1800s, so I just wanted to, I want to hear them stock. And actually the purple pandas don't sound too terrible stock from what I can tell. Like, I actually thought about lubing them today before I decided not to, but it was just like, oh, these don't sound too bad, and they're kind of loud. And the kid that wanted the loudest sound is getting the purple pandas. The kid in the middle are getting AE boards navies, and then the kid who wanted like a lighter feel is getting T1s. So that's the plan. I did lube the T1s. Just, I don't know why I'm lubing one and not, I think like that child's just gonna have like maybe the better build. I'm kidding. They're all gonna be great. I remembered that they're gonna watch this, and then I can't like introduce inequality into like one of these boards is better, because then they're gonna get jealous. Like, why would I do that? Forget I said that, children. I never said anything. What are you talking about? But yeah, here are the purple pandas. I got them from Nino Keys, all the way from Canada. Fun story about ordering these switches. I was like doing it on mobile and I wasn't really paying attention, and instead of ordering 11 packs of the switches, I ordered 11 like route insurances. And then the owner of Nino Keys messaged me and was like, hey, I think you made a mistake. Like, I think you meant to order 100 quantities of a switch and not 100 route insurances. Is that right? And I'm like, wow, oh my god, I'm dumb. Yes, please change my order. And then it ended up being like way more expensive than it initially was, obviously, because like and I misquoted the price and it was funny. Oh, I'm holding this upside down. I'm like, why doesn't this fit? Haha, hee hee ho ho. There we go. Is this looking? Yep, that's the one plate option in this kit. Congratulations, Canon Keys. But it's a I like REKT1800s, like my daily for work is a REKT1800. I am a full-size fan. I was happy the children were like, I want a numpad. It was like, excellent decision. It probably would have been less work if they wanted smaller boards as different layouts, but they like don't really know anything about the hobby and they're new to the layouts too, so they just wanted something familiar and they're like, I want a numpad. And I was like, perfect, I can do that. Just gonna put in the keys for the stabs. Snap them in there. Tecsee and FR4 plates, it's kind of like tight, I've noticed. Or no, wait. It's Tecsee manufactured switches from Balsa have, like, in my experience and anecdotally experiences of some of my friends too, they like have their switches, the little nubs break on FR4 plates sometimes, but I'm hoping that none of the nubs will break, but also it probably doesn't even matter because the kids aren't gonna like ever take these switches out. They're probably just gonna use them forever unless they like get into the hobby and they're like, hey, can you desolder this? And I would, you know, I would do that for them, but I doubt that that's gonna happen. They'll just be happy with their keyboards, hopefully, if I don't mess this up. I do like the purple pandas with the purple stabs. I think I made a good decision there. Oh yeah, I forgot these are sideways. I don't really like that. I wish the switches were just all south facing, but I get it. Why is that so tight? Cool, cool, cool. Probably just do one in this upper right hand. Get these little baggies out of here. These stab bags are in my way now. Thanks for being a million bags, Divinity. Also, thanks for the like 40-cent discount that you email about me every day. I'm like, I know I bought stabs a couple times. Thanks for letting me know. Just kidding. Thanks. I'm not hating on you, Divinity. I just think the emails are funny. No! I literally just like ripped all of these out. That was not the plan, but hey. We can just, they're still poking through. It's fine. Some people like put the keycaps on, like on these in the right when the switches are on the plate with the stabs just to test out how they are. My mic is like terrible, so I don't even know if there's gonna be a point to do that, but I'll do it. Oh, a spacebar just fell on the ground. I'm gonna like, let me turn around, make sure I'm not gonna hit my cat if I roll back. That's what the toes are for, man. You can grab them with your feet. Wow. Oh, this is a 7U. Haha. Some of these keycaps are rogue. They're just falling out of this box. What's up with that, Canon keys? I have no idea how this one, like, 7U spacebar is just not in the tray, but it fell out, so that's fun. Oh, and then jostling them even more. I wonder if Ryan would like the white or the pink spacebar. Probably pink, but that's in the other tray, so for now we're just gonna try out white and see how it goes. Sorry, I got distracted for a second there. I'm gonna take my headphone off really quick just to... Yeah, I mean, it's a stab. It's working. It's very, like, I hate to use the word clacky, but it is. It's like, yeah, it's a tactile on FR4, crazy. I also know that this shift is the wrong size, but it's okay. I just wanted to test it out. You know what? I think we're good. I just want to get to soldering. I just want to do it. We're gonna take this off. And we're gonna go. I'm just gonna get this show on the road. Keycap puller? Who is she? I don't know her. Just using my hands. I like know I'm probably gonna drop these trays at some point. Like they're just, this plastic is a little too smooth and there's just gonna be keycaps all over the floor at some point. I have a feeling, but we're just gonna, I'd probably just jinxed myself too. I'm gonna knock on the fake wood that this cheap desk is made out of. Not even wood at all, but yeah, let's just, I'm gonna solder like the corners first just to keep it stable and then we can go. And I think when I built my REKT1800 like a year ago, it was the first solder build I ever did. And there are a couple switches that like weren't pushed all the way in, so now I'll be like hyper vigilant of that just so we don't ruin that. Oh yeah, shout out to American Haptics, because this glizzy mat, it's probably hard to see from the camera now, but there's a beautiful hot dog pattern on it. I totally forgot that I did buy a fume extractor just for this, because I knew I'd be soldering a lot, but I tested the audio and it's so loud that it would be like impossible to stream. So I'm just gonna opt for the lead poisoning. Children, lead poisoning is bad. Don't follow in my footsteps. Get a fume extractor, use a fan. Don't solder in the middle of the night with the windows shut. But it's cold. With the windows shut. But it's cold. Yeah, the sweet, sweet lead fumes, baby. Get into my nose, kidding? I mean, I don't know. Am I kidding? I kind of like the smell. It's bad. It's like smelling gasoline, you know? It's kind of nice. It's like smelling a Sharpie. Or like, I love walking into like a fresh office supplies store and you just smell all of the plastic and it's so good. Like the smell of a printer that isn't gonna work. Just all of that plastic smells great in my opinion. Getting this switch in. Yeah. Ooh. There we go. Yeah. First couple of switches soldered in. Now we can start putting them all in. We can just go. We can just go for it. No. This plate. I'm probably not doing this. Ow! Oh, I just punctured my finger. I did that in the worst possible way. I just like stabbed myself in the finger. It's like I'm checking my blood sugar with a switch. Grabbed it with the toes. It's great to have grippers down there, am I right? It's this plate, man. Just stay put. Ow, I'm bleeding! I think I did this the last time build I did too. I'm gonna try to put a switch in the center to kind of like raise the plate a little bit, because this is just a mess. And you're already soldered in. You're not moving, honey. Sorry. It's the FR4 is a little annoying sometimes, not gonna lie. I like it. I have a lot of FR4 plates, but it's just like, just get the switch through without this. I'm glad that no one is chatting, because I am too frustrated right now to even respond. Is it just the angle? Like, I promise I've built one of these before. I'm just really struggling getting the switch like actually level on this plate. This is probably why my REKT1800 has like switches that aren't all the way in, even though it still works perfectly fine. It's just I couldn't get them through this FR4 plate. And also it was a tech. Oh no, that switch like literally has blood all over it. That's so bad. That's like a biohazard. Do you see that? That's disgusting. I'm gonna take that out. I'm so sorry, kids. I'm not trying to expose you to my bloody fluids all over your switches. God, that's so bad. I should just get a band-aid. Well, I'm glad I didn't need to use all 110 switches, because this one's like literally covered in blood. Disgusting. We're gonna put it away. I will be right back. I'm gonna put a band-aid on my fingy, and we will be back. Wow. We got a band-aid? We are back in business, honey. I still can't believe I got blood all over that switch. That was really— I didn't even notice the blood. Oh, there's blood on the plate too. It's kind of soaked into the edge of the FR4. But oh no. Biohazard. It's okay, the kids will never take this apart. Oh, that switch is bent too. That's fun. I'm just gonna— I know I can bend the pin back. I know I have like at least like 9 spare switches here, so we're just gonna be like, that one's covered in blood, that one's bent, whatever. I am really struggling with this plate. This is like, what is happening? It's just really tight. I'm tempted to just like get the switches in and solder them, because I know the switches are in, it's just that the plate isn't like up all the way. And I'm just gonna cut my hands even more. These little Tecsee nubs. I'm just gonna blame it on the switches, even though I know it's me and I know there's probably like an optimal way to handle this, and someone will send me a video later and be like, come on, why did you bleed all over your hands? And I'll be like, yeah, I don't know. This is so embarrassing. It's me struggling with like one switch this whole time after I already soldered these in with the stabs and the corners. Maybe I'll do one in the back corner. Maybe that'll make the plate a little more cooperative. Why is this so difficult? There we go. These goddamn nubs. Sorry my language. Yeah. Hopefully that'll hold this plate like with the gap a little more, where I won't be bleeding all over the place and struggling. Like imagine all 100-something keys, there's blood everywhere, it's a biohazard. Good thing there's this glizzy mat, because otherwise I would have just like passed a million diseases around by just like spraying my finger blood everywhere. Kidding, it's a joke. I forgot for a sec, like, oh, I'm doing this for my boss's kids. There's like a work element involved here, but she's very nice, we're close. Why is this so hard for me? And it's like worse, like I think if I was just building this by myself I'd be like whatever, but I'm like, oh, this is all on camera. This is embarrassing. Like am I, and I didn't even open these switches where I know it's not like, oh, like they're not closed all the way or something. I really don't like this plate. And I've built this board before with the same plate with Tecsee switches, I should have known. No. Shout out to the 4 people watching me have a really difficult time. I'm just like trying different holes. I'm like, whatever, it'll go through. Thought it would have been better to do it in the middle first, but it's not working. And I feel like I'm just gonna keep cutting my fingers. I bet there's some like easy tutorial of like, this is how you're supposed to push it through without like hurting yourself. Finally, we got another one. Wow. Oh no. The solder, I was like smelling a burning smell, and the soldering iron was just like shoved into the sponge and was like burning the sponge. That's fun. I bet this office smells delectable right now. All the lead, all the burnt sponge fumes. It's great. There's no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just shoving them in here. Wow, once again, the plate, like, comes undone. Oh yeah, the nubs are breaking off of these Why do they, I get why they have the nubs to like keep them in there, but it's just annoying. Every time I push the switch down, it just like pushes the plate out from the other switches. Part of me's like, maybe I should have like put them all in the plate first and then lined it up, but I know that would have been like not really the way. I don't know. It's more annoying to try to line up all of the pins through the PCB, I guess. I've had to do that in other builds where it's just like a board that's a really weird shape, but yeah, I don't know. I'm like, let me just try another random hole because I'm like not having fun with the one I was at. Why? This is so bad. I almost want to file this down and be like, hey, stay in line, buddy. Will she get it through the FR4 plate? Never. I'll be stuck in purgatory doing this forever. Like, just go through the plate. It's not that hard. I'm really struggling. I'm like, am I just weak? That's probably it too. I'm like, is it the hot dog mat? No, I know it's not you, Glizzy Matt. I'm sorry I blamed you. It's never your fault. Well, that switch is like soldered in there, so the plate better come up. I shouldn't have soldered that one in, but I was getting impatient, I'm not gonna lie. This plate, like, if I could just push everything through the plate, like, as intended, I feel like I would have soldered all of these switches already. Oh, and that one was like effortless. What's going on? Wow, and so is that one. Maybe we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, I just used the switch opener to shove it. I have tools. you know? But I'm like, no, let me just use my bloody finger. We're getting places now. We're getting switches snapped in here. Just to have this like come back up. This plate's gonna be all messed up, I feel like. But it's underneath the plate. Who cares? What cares is that we have a beautiful working keyboard with PBT or NicePBT Noel. It's gonna be cute. I don't have Noel or any of its varieties, but I think it's cute. I appreciate a hiragana sub-legend from time to time. Why was I trying to do that with my left hand? I'm not left-handed. Wow, ever since I'm like, oh, I can use this switch opener to do this, or not switch opener, switch puller, I've been like expediting my struggle. Shout out to Rama for doing nothing. Okay, like, let's just put all these babies in here. Why not? Now that I kind of have a method. We're snapping. We're snipping everything in. Ow, I pinched my finger. Get back in there. There we go. They're still not snapped in, but at least I can flip it upside down and I feel like this shouldn't be that. I feel like it wasn't this difficult the first time I built a REKT1800. Unless I just did it poorly and didn't even have the plate. The plate might just be messed up in my REKT1800 if I like had a hard time like this the first time. I don't even remember. I'm gonna break this. Why are there flex cuts here? Flex. I don't like flex. That might be an unpopular opinion. I'm like, give me a brass plate with no flex at all. Of course, like me popping that one in popped out this other switch. We love it. Okay, I'm gonna solder some of these in to keep my progress. And with me doing this all haphazardly too, I'm like, oh, which I'm probably gonna miss a switch. Like, I'm gonna have to be really vigilant to make sure, like, oh, I actually soldered everything before I go to test. But hopefully it'll be okay. I feel like I've said the word hypervigilant like 4 times on this stream already. My vocabulary is limited, I guess. Oh, and it's not even on camera. Great. Now we can see it. Also, this like camera isn't very high quality. I tried to bring the sharpness up as much as possible so you could actually see what's happening here. But it's just not the best camera, and the lighting is... My house from 1976 has like the most yellow... Ow! Some lead just splattered on my hand. That was a little sore. It's like cooking bacon shirtless. It was this similar feeling. My hand is shaky right now too. I might need to get some more solder after I do these REKTs. I might be running out soon. I think the next couple of personal builds I have coming in are hot swap, if I remember like what I ordered correctly. Like, it's been a while, you know, waiting for group buys. I'm like, I don't know what I got. I'll figure it out, or I'll get reminded. So it might just be easy builds for my next like 3 boards. I think the next 3 boards are all hot swap, so I might stream those too, because it's just fun talking to the void and soldering. I think these are the last couple switches I have put in through the plate. Now we can, oh wait, no, there's a couple up here. We can go back to the awful experience of me like shoving these switches through this plate. And I guess maybe I could like file the plate down, like maybe that would make the experience a little easier for me. But I don't know, it's just been more of a struggle than I anticipated it would be. I thought I heard a noise. I wonder if my boyfriend's home. Hopefully no one's just like entering into my house being like, hey, you're distracted. It's the perfect time to break in. I'm like, please don't take my keyboards, but I have nothing else of value. Hello, Eka, how are you? Thank you for being the first person to chat on this very impromptu first ever build stream. REKT1800, Tecsee Purple Pandas, NicePBT Noel. It'll be fun. Oh, wow, my stream is up on my computer. It's been echoing this whole time and people have been watching this. That's so embarrassing. I'm sorry. Y'all have been suffering through this for 49 minutes. Oh, and I just closed all of Chrome too. I hope that's better. Is it? I'm just trying to pick other music. Wow. Thank you, Eka. That no wonder why no one was saying anything. They're like, wow, this girl like is a complete noob and is completely echoing into the void. So I appreciate you for telling me that. That's funny. We're back to getting my bloody fingers all over this plate. I am a full-size keyboard fan. I have a REKT1800 myself as my daily, and I just ordered the Dino 104 group buy. I'm excited about that. And I'm really crossing my fingers and hoping to get an Austin in the last round that's coming up this month, later in October. So fingers crossed. Everybody go for the PC Austin so I can hopefully get a pink one, please. But, or no, actually I'm getting PC. Pink is, I should just try to reverse psychology people into getting the PC Austin so there's enough pink to go around. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get the Austin. It's really expensive, one, and also there's only like 30 pink ones available, so. Oh yeah, Windex 98, that's fun. I have one back there, or my boyfriend has a Windex 98 that I built for him. He's not into keyboards, but he benefits like me wanting to build keyboards. So I'm like, hey, do you want this Windex 98? And he was like, sure. I got the in-stock one that was like silver on the top, chocolate on the bottom. The chocolate color was actually like a lot nicer in person than it looked in the photos online, so I was very happy about it, and it kind of made me fall in love with brown keyboards in general. So I recently joined the Hibiki group buy, that chocolate Hibiki. is looking really cute. I'm not like, I like 65s and 60s too, not for work, but just for casual use, so I hopped on that as well, just because I loved the chocolate brown color of the Hibiki. Oh yeah, E-white and E-yellow is cool because there aren't a lot of yellow boards out there, and it's nice to see like a yellow board. It's a fun, like happy, vibrant color. And E-yellow is nice too. Getting them in there. I'm gonna snap these in quickly. Try to do, I wanted to do this build in like 2 hours, and I started a little after 8 p.m. Pacific time, so I'm hoping that I can do this. I think I can. I think that when I built the first ever build I did ever was my REKT like last year, and I think it took me like 3 hours, but I was also watching like tutorials of it, and I didn't know how to solder, so it was like I was really fresh, so I'm hoping I can improve my time. After I build, there's 2 other REKT1800s that I'm also building because all of the kids, they all wanted numpads. I was like, wow, y'all are so based and love full-size cubes, and I didn't even have to influence you. Like, I love your decision making, and thank you for the follow. But yeah, it's, oh no, I just lost the switch. It's okay, we have extras. One switch, I'm glad you didn't see the switch like covered in blood earlier. I hope you weren't watching during that, where I punctured my finger and I got blood, like that's why I have a band-aid on this finger here. It was bad, but we're back. We had to have a little intermission to get a band-aid, but all part of the casualties of this very dangerous hobby. I feel like I'm being so rough. I'm just like speed running, and this music kind of reminds me of like I'm in the Elite Four in Pokemon, you know, like I'm about to beat the champion. Like, it's good. It's kind of hyping me up. But it's just like royalty-free music, so we get what we can get. But I appreciate the content creators that make royalty-free music. Yeah, blood lube is so metal, that's true. It's the perfect lube for Halloween. Oh, I can imagine like if someone dyed Crytox red just for like a spooky moment. That would look kind of nasty, but in the right context, that would be kind of funny. Yeah, we're very close to getting all these in, and then I can just quickly solder these in, put it in the case, test it, we'll be good to go. Thank you, Nero. Thank you for watching through that awful echoing if you were there earlier. Hi, PK. Thanks for joining. Pushing them in. There's like weird plastic nubs that rolled out of the switch bag. Like there's just little ground pieces of purple plastic. Not from me, I think they just came that way. Oh, that's good, Nero. I'm glad you weren't here for the huge volume. Hi, 02. Yes, Glizzy Mat. Look at the mustard. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous sausagey hot doggy time. I really think American Haptics should have called it Glizzy Mat. Like, I've been calling it Glizzy Mat. They call it Hot Dog Mat, but I'm like, hey, the word glizzy, although I'm not from the region of the country that calls hot dogs glizzies, like, ever since I learned about that colloquialism, I've adopted it because it's the best name for a hot dog I've heard in my entire life. Bye, Nero. Have a good night. Have a good night. Yeah, it's a weeknight, so I understand. Especially if East Coasters don't want to watch. But I'm just surprised anyone's watching it all, honestly. I'm almost done. I see the finish line. It's like so close. I don't know which hole to put it in for this, like, I think it's supposed to be the caps, or the, yeah, they're caps lock or tab. There's like two next to each other, and I hope I don't do the wrong one. I'm just gonna do the one on the end, and we're gonna be like, yeah, I think that's correct. I think, yeah, they don't want split caps or stepped caps. Maybe they do. Maybe they're adventurous with their key choices, but I don't know. The kids are just like, I want keyboard, so whatever layout it ends up being, I'm sure they'll be fine with it. They don't even like, I mean, they do some homework and stuff too, I'm sure, with these keyboards, but it's mostly just gonna be for playing like Roblox and stuff, so it doesn't have to be like peak efficiency layout. Only two more. We're almost done. We only had one casualty. Oh yeah, there's still like, where's the bloody switch? Oh yeah, switch covered in blood. You can see a little bit, but we made it. We're safe. Yeah. Let's go. Time to solder the rest in. Oh, I just realized with the echoing, the VOD's gonna be so bad. Sorry to Ryan, you're the guinea pig child out of the 3 boards I'm doing for you all. Your VOD's gonna suck, but it's alright. This music is kind of too intense, but I feel like everyone just plays lo-fi music on streams like this now, like, which I like lo-fi music, like, but it's like just very repetitive, where I'm like, I want to feel like I'm driving my car down a tunnel at 3 a.m. That's the vibe I wanted. Soldering. The lead poisoning smells so good. Oh, the wires. Oh no. The wire was weirdly bent. There we go. We're fine. Oh no, I'm like tilting the corner of the glizzy mat up with the wire of my soldering iron, but that's okay. The glizzy mat's just too big. It's too much to handle. It's loud. It's large and in charge, just like a full-size cube. Getting all this done. Trying to just... It's kind of good I'm talking the whole time because I'm not really like breathing in too much. Like... I don't even, but I don't want to think about breathing because then I'm going to go into manual breathing mode and that's just going to mess me up. Oh, what made me enter the keyboard hobby? Honestly, kind of like a lot of people, like I got into it during the pandemic just because I was working from home and I'm like, oh, I want to make my workspace a little more customizable because I'm here all the time. No, that switch is bent. I see a bent pin alert. But I'm glad I caught it before I soldered in the first pin. It's this one. Oh! That one went flying. It's like on the carpet back there. I'm just gonna grab it later. But yeah, I just like... Oh, nice. You should try soldering. I was intimidated by it at first, but it's actually a lot of fun. And I've done a couple through-hole builds now, and it's like a good time. But I think a kit like this, or there's that like Practice 75, I think it's called on Cannon Keys, like that's pretty good to learn. Or if you want to learn like through-hole, I would recommend like a Murph pad from Mech Wild or something small, so you can like learn how to solder diodes and switches and the LED if you want, but I've never built a Murph pad myself, but I like a lot of the Mech Wild kits because I kind of just learned to solder through those and they're pretty inexpensive. I'm like, cool, I can solder for 50 bucks? That's a good time. What kind of boards do you have, Eka? Like, what's your daily driver, or are you newer to the hobby? You just checking it out? Like trying to speed run this as much as possible. Like, get it done before 10. Let's go. My like band-aid finger isn't helping me either because I feel like I have less control than I normally would. Pre-built Akko 3068B. Nice. I've never tried one of those, but I've heard good things about Akko boards. In terms of like bang for your buck, it's a good option, I hear. I wish my desk was an L-shaped so I could like still look at the camera and also solder, but oh well. You can look at the awkwardly like hunched Quasimodo angle instead. Need to grab more solder. And the cool thing, like I do like the glizzy mat, because I used to just solder without a mat at all, and then it would just, I'd be like slipping and sliding all over the desk, but it was nice because then I could just pull the solder wire and it would like just roll off the spool really quickly. But now the glizzy mat creates so much traction and stability that I have to kind of like manually unwrap it now, but it's okay. It's worth it for the glizzy mat. Oh yeah, Windex 98. Oh, and QK65. That's a good choice too. I didn't grab one of those, but I've heard good things and I know people that have been really happy with it. But yeah, Windex 98 is nice. It has like I know the group buy had way more options than the in-stock, because the in-stock you could only have like one plate and it was only hot swap. But so far, from what I've heard, it's like, it has like a nice deep sound. It has a little bit of flex because of the 1.2 millimeter PCB. And I kind of prefer a stiffer feel, but I think with enough like foam, I kind of made it somewhere in the middle, and I like it, and my boyfriend seems to be happy with it. But he also like doesn't know what his preferences really are. He just knows like, oh, I like tactiles, so I was like, cool. He likes Kale Box Royals the most out of all the things in my Switch tester, so that's what I got. It was kind of hard. I had to get them from KBD Fans. I was hoping to order them from like a local or like at least a North American vendor so I could get them quicker, but I couldn't find them anywhere else. I even tried to find them aftermarket first, and like no one on Mech Market had the like retooled versions, because I guess the first versions of Kale Box Royals were like there's something weird with the stem where they made GMK caps like snap sometimes, so that was kind of a problem. I needed the retooled ones. This looks weirdly suspicious too. Like I'm like, was there a pin? It looks a little too flat, where I'm like, I hope I didn't bend the switch and I'm gonna have to desolder it and rip it out. But honestly, at this point, I'm just gonna chance it and test it, because I don't even remember if I saw anything. It could have just been like a shorter, like maybe it's not in the plate all the way and I can just, I don't know. It's too late now. I already soldered it. At least I have an FR301 now, so like I don't have to hand pump desolder anymore. So I'm living the high life of efficient desoldering. I used to be a peasant and I would struggle with each switch. I think we're in the last row. We're in the final stretch and then we can test this out. And I can put it in the case. We're not doing anything too special with the case. I'm just gonna put in the polyfill that comes with the kit. And then that's it. I think, like, with my ideal sound profile, I probably would have wanted, like, like the foam on the PCB, but I don't know. I also wasn't, like, I'm not the one who bought the parts. Like, my boss bought everything for the 3 kids, which was a lot anyway to build 3 boards for kids. It was, like, already quite a bit of money anyway. It's not like we're going super budget, but we're going kind of, like, mid-tier. Oh yeah, is there a dragon for Windex 98? That's not, I haven't tried Azure Dragons, but I've also heard good things. I hear of several people in my, like, keyboard friend circle at least say, like, they want to get them or try them. Yeah, I had never tried the Tecsee purple pandas until today with this build. I kind of just ordered tactiles that I wanted to try, I'm not gonna lie, but I think the kids will like it. I like these purple pandas so far. I'm pretty happy. I honestly, out of the 3, the T1s, the purple pandas, and the navies, I'd say the purple pandas are my first favorite. The T1s would be second, and the navies, I don't know how to feel about them. Like, I've heard good things about them online, and that's why I ordered them, but they just sound really scratchy stock. But I've also listened, like, individually they sound really scratchy, but on sound tests they don't sound that bad stock, so I'm just gonna leave them. I think that's it. Wow. Time to go test this out and hope it works. We're gonna, let me plug this in really quick so we can go into VIA. Yeah, let's test it. Good signs so far. I'm really worried about that one switch where I'm like, I don't know if there is a pin, it may have been bent. I really hope I don't have to desolder anything. So far, I'm happy with what I'm seeing. No, D right here doesn't work. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna have to get the FR301 out. I think so far it's just that one key. I should have known. Oh, Windows, haha. Okay, everything except for D. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, and it was the one where I'm like, oh, I don't see a pin. Ha ha hee hee ho ho. It's fine. Oh well. Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna grab, it's right here. Actually, I think I can reach it from my seat. That would be cool. I really didn't want to have to whip this out, but I guess it's fun to show off because it's like such an amazing tool. As I drop the base on the floor. We love it. We love it. At least this is a quick desolder job where I only have to really... Yeah, and now we wait. Just wait for it to heat up. I should have known. I should have known better. I did this to myself. But oh yeah, I might as well show off the tool. This is my pride and joy. I didn't get this like when I first started out because it's like kind of a big investment, but yeah. Oh, it's alright if you have to leave. I really appreciate you joining the stream, and thanks for like keeping the chat alive, and hope you have fun with your Windex 98 and the other QK65. But yeah, this is the big boy, the best desoldering gun I've ever used, and compared to my little hand pump. As I'm like waiting for it to heat up, I'm like, don't touch it, girl. I wonder, it heats up pretty quickly too. Oh yeah, the light's already like not flashing. No, I need a little more. Oh yeah. Yeah, baby, that's all we needed. That was it. Quick and painless. I have no space to like actually rest this. I'm probably gonna like burn something or someone. Pull that switch out. Yeah, it was a completely bent pin. Probably from me like being super rough pushing them in. That's my bad. Great, we got 2 pins poking through. Plug it back in and test it all before I unplug all this soldering stuff. You can name the big boy to Big Ben. That's a cute name. All right, we are back. Yes, it works. I am smoking the Fume 02. I have a fume extractor right here, but it's so loud I just opted for the fumes. Listen to this. It's just way too much noise. It would have been really annoying. So, lead poisoning it is. But I'm glad it works. I can unplug all the desoldering stuff, or all the solder equipment. Turn this off. Turn the big boy off. Let everything cool off. We get the case out. Oh, I should have tip tinnered before I turned off my soldering iron. Maybe there's still enough heat. We're just gonna really scuffedly do this. I don't even know if tip tinner is that important. Like, I feel like I just saw it in a video and was like, yeah, maintaining my tips, but I don't solder. I solder like sometimes, but not enough to where I would really need it, and I haven't ever gone through a tip yet, but oh well. I'm just gonna put my bloody switch back in this bag and hope I remember. Clearing off the station. Why did the switches come with so much broken plastic just schlepped everywhere? Yeah, it is like the sound of an airplane. It's pretty bad. Let's saw his layout. Alright, where's the case? The whole shebang. The whole reason why we're here. It was funny because the kid really wanted this in white, and I'm like, sorry buddy, or sorry, we tricked them into thinking like I'm building a keyboard for the mom so they don't know it's for them. But he's like, oh, I think Noel on white, on E-white would be really nice, and I'm like, it would, but they don't make or the current in-stock 1800s don't come any white, so you're gonna have to settle for silver. One of the kids is spoiled and she's getting hers Cerakoted to baby blue, but I convinced them to like not have to do too much Cerakoting because that would have been a lot of work. Unfortunately, the screws are like on this side of the board are too, or the hole is too long where the WoW stick doesn't fit, so I have to manually use the wrench. Anyway, have a good class, Eka. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for keeping me company. Hopefully your class doesn't suck and you have a good day at school. Manual, the old-fashioned way of just... Oh, I didn't even switch cameras. I'm such a experienced streamer, we love it. Wow. Someday I'll have a cool macro pad and be like, wow, look at this seamless transition. Probably not, but I do have a macro pad, but I didn't like set anything in OBS to actually do any cool transitions or anything. I'm just glad the soldering part is over and I'm not too exposed to the lead fumes yet. I also forget if these screws are different sizes. I hope they aren't because I really don't want to like be responsible for keeping track of that right now. It's a little too late, but I think I can make my deadline. I wanted to do this by 10 p.m. I have 20 minutes. Can I finish the build in 20? I probably can't, honestly. Like, I'm really slow to put keycaps on a board. It's probably the only thing holding me back. I might remap the delete key to a different row just because I like it there. I don't know. I don't know like what the kids' layout preferences are, but I also don't want to like... It would suck for them to not like whatever the like mapped layout, the default layout is, and then they're like, oh, I wish the delete key was here, and I don't want to have to teach them to be like, oh, like get via or vial and you can like reconfigure your layout. Like they probably don't want to deal with that, so I hope just whatever the default is, they enjoy it. Oh yes, the famous Canon logo on the bottom. I know. That's just such a Canon Keys move. What a Canon Keys moment. And I hate this because this is too short. I can't use the magnet. It's such a deep hole. It's a struggle to line it up with this tiny little Allen wrench. I might just flip it upside down. Cool. Another screw. It's better. Okay, good. Are they the same length? Yeah, I think so. They look like they're pretty much the same length. I know, I probably look like such a Canon Keys simp with like 3 REKT1800 builds, and I have my own REKT1800, but it's just that full-size fans don't have a lot of options. I promise that's what it was. If I was based, I would have gotten the kids like 3 Austins, but I'm not made of that kind of money. I'm like, I cannot catch this tiny... I might just use the light from this WoW stick to like line it up. Oh, it was like loose the whole time. I thought I still had more ways to go. I just wasted a lot of time like spinning that endlessly. It's fine. We already bled everywhere. We already had to desolder. It's been a fun, eventful night so far. Bonk. The last screw. Yay. No, I didn't do it all the way. Come on, baby. Why you gotta do this to me, honey? Like checking, I'm like, okay, it's in. Like, what's happening? I'm just endlessly spinning. Oh! Oh no. Oh no. It's C stock now. It's officially not an A stock board. What is wrong with me? Oh, I'm glad my cat's bed is just conveniently on the floor where I could just throw the top plate down. The kids just saw me like shook as I dropped the keyboard, but it's okay. We all got to hear my gasp. This polyfill's kind of like not a useless mod, but I don't know. It's not my favorite, but I have polyfill in my rect because I just like didn't get any other foam or anything. And it's kind of funny. Like, it's just a big pillow. I guess it dampens a little bit of sound, but it still is like kind of a clacky. Oh, I forgot to do the infamous flick test on the is there ping? It's on the glizzy mat mutes all sound, so we can't, there's no way to really know. Get this polyfill all cute and filled out. I don't know if I might not even use these little like grommets. I don't think I used them on my rect either because I was just lazy, which isn't a good look, but it's kind of annoying to line them up, I think, unless I'm just projecting my like laziness onto this build. I could force break mod this, but I don't have any tape right now. I think the worst part about the polyfill is just trying to not like have any sticking out. Like, I had to cut and pull out some of the little hairs sticking out from my rect. Let me just make sure this in theory looks okay. Cool. Thank you, Cat's Bed, for being the catch-all of the night. I'm trying to remember, like, where does the PCB even, like, screw in? Because it's not, like, lining up. Unless it's on the... Oh yeah, it is over here. I'm sorry, I think I just scratched the plate on the mic. That was probably a really grotesque sound. Oh, this polyfill. Gotta shove it in there. Get in there. I shouldn't have spread it out as much as I did. It's like a pillowcase that's been ripped open. I'm like, okay, just shove it all in. It's fine. Oh, I should have, what am I thinking? This is like, I needed to screw this in first. That's so funny. What is wrong with me? I should have like rewatched a build tutorial of this before I just dove in head first. I'm like, oh right, it's top mount, or sandwich mount technically. Oh, maybe I can use the wow stick for this. If I can even find the right head, that's like the only thing where I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm on this constant search for, like, I know it's there, but just, and I don't keep things in the right order. Like, I kind of just, after I've used them in the past, just like, yeah, whatever, I'll figure it out later. And now I'm like, I don't know where anything is. It's my fault. I think this should fit. No, it's too small. Maybe this one. Yes. Maybe I will use the little rubber rings for this. Why not? Might as well try it out. Oh, I do have tweezers that I put away already, of course. I might get frustrated with these. I want to call them aglets, but I know that that's not an aglet. The aglet is a little plastic thing on the end of a shoelace. Grommets? Is that what these are? I think when I first did this build, I didn't have like tweezers or anything. So I just had to like, I just didn't want to sausage finger it, so I just didn't even bother with these. But I'm doing it right for the kids. I think the only tweezers I had were for like eyebrows and stuff like that, so I just didn't have anything precise. Wow, look at that. That wasn't so bad. Oh, wow. Do I have this the wrong way? No, I don't. It's right. Yeah, no, I'm just second guessing myself. No, are you kidding me? What's the point of a magnetic tip if it's just gonna fall? Good thing I grabbed it with my toes. This is like not magnetic, dude. Why did I even buy you? You're barely magnetic, dude. I'm just gonna have to use my hands. What was the point? Screwing everything in. Oh no, I have 8 minutes to finish this by my goal. I'm not gonna make it. It's all because I forgot this was top mount. Or is it sandwich mount? I honestly, like, this is probably like really bad, but as someone like in this hobby, but I'm not really that like picky about mounting style, or I feel like that's something a lot of people talk about, or they talk about like, oh, I wanted to try all these different mounting styles, and I'm just like, oh, do I like the board on the outside? Cool. Like, I don't care what mounting style it is, as long as I like the layout and I like the way the board looks, I'm like, whatever. And I think maybe as I get deeper and more knowledgeable over time, maybe that'll change. But for now, I'm like, I don't care about what kind of mount. Like, I couldn't even tell you what mounting styles all of my boards are. That's kind of sad, but that's the truth. Okay, we're back to the polyfill situation. No, like, this makes a lot more sense now. Sorry you hear my notifications. I normally don't have my phone on like that, but my boyfriend is out, so I want to make sure I like know when he's coming home, so I'm not just like scared when he comes home and if I'm still streaming. Let's see. My gosh. I should have probably just done this like upside down. And it's heavy. My fingies are struggling with that. It's a little bit of polyfill. I'm just gonna rip it out later. Just gonna clean up the edges a bit later. I can maybe use the wow stick for the shorter end. I need to put the feet in here too. There we go. That's a lot of polyfill, no. Man, the group chat needs to shut up. I'm just gonna silence my phone and hope that I don't get scared by a man walking in here randomly. I wish they made these holes a little more shallow, but I understand that they couldn't. This is the typing angle. But I'm like, I just want to not have to have no visibility when I do this. I'm like, well, at least I can feel it getting tighter, so I know it's working. I should probably charge my wow stick. I only ever charged it when I first opened it like a couple months ago. I've built like 2 or 3 boards with it since, and it seems fine. It works. Is it in? It's the struggle. Oh, I guess I still did it in under 2 hours, because the live has only been going for an hour and 36 minutes, so that's cool. I have that going for me. Okay. Did I use 2 of the wrong screws? I don't remember where these extra screws came. I probably used the the ones for mounting the plate to the top part of the case, but everything works, so I'm just gonna leave it. And we're gonna start putting the keycaps in now, and we can see NicePBT Noel in its final form. I think I'm gonna go pink spacebar. I think that's what I would want if it were me. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't have artisans or anything, but I think there's some novelties. I hope there's some novelties in this kit. How does it? It sounds very similar to my REKT. I'm like, wow, almost sounds like a tactile and a REKT1800. Crazy. I think the glizzy mat is kind of influencing the sound profile a bit though, because it's rubber or silicone instead of like a desk mat material. But I don't have a high quality mic or anything. I just have the mics on the webcams and the mics on my headset, so there's not going to be like a good sound test, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We're doing the thing. I think it kind of looks purple, or it doesn't look purple on camera. In here it looks, the case looks purple because I have like pink-ish neon lights on the wall over here, so it's kind of, I kind of forgot that this was a silver case for a second. I want to know, like, is the kid a weeb? Is that why he wanted Noel? I'm not gonna ask a 14-year-old if he's a weeb. That would be so mean. It'd be like bullying. But, like, interesting choice. So far, I like it. The colors are decent. The legends, like, could be crisper, but it's PBT, like it just is what it is. But I like PBT, like the feeling of it. I like the thicker plastic feeling and the kind of deeper, less clacky sound profile that like decent PBT has. But I also like just the low maintenance element of it because I mean I have ABS sets, but I hate having to wash them every couple of weeks out of like fear of shine. But I do like there are just nice GMK sets out there, and SA and like SP sets that are made with ABS too, so just part of the maintenance of the hobby, I guess. Did I do stepped? I think I did. That's funny. I put it in the wrong place. Huh. There better be a stepped caps lock. Why did I do this to myself? If there isn't a stepped caps lock, I'm gonna be so mad because I'm gonna have to desolder this. I should have known. Please have a step. Oh, you do. Thank God. Oh my God, I would have been sad. Sorry kid, you're getting stepped caps lock. I don't even know if you know what that is, but I just soldered it in the wrong place and I'm not desoldering this. Ah, that's so funny. I knew it was gonna be scuffed. Like there was a little bit of blood, a little bit of like fun. I'm happy I haven't dropped the keycaps on the floor. Oh, there's like that gap. That kind of, maybe it's not noticeable. I totally did not mean to do stepped caps lock. Like, he's not good. He's playing Roblox. What do you need the caps lock for? It's fine. Also, thank you for complimenting my setup. Space. Kills. Lizzie mat here. We're near the end. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get this done in under 2 hours. It'll be. I want to like challenge myself. Like, how fast can I build a REKT1800? Because this is the second one I've built in my life, and building 2 more. It'll be fun. I should try in like an hour and a half for the next one to see if I can beat my record. Oh, this looks like a fun place for a novelty if they have an enter novelty. This one just says roar. That's kind of corny. It reminds me of like the emo scene days where everyone was like, rawr means I love you in dinosaur, and it was really cringe. But I'm gonna put the roar enter on there. Cause why not? Why not embrace the cringe, am I right? He's not, yeah, right? He's not gonna notice. He's gonna be like, what does that even say? Step caps lock? Who is she? I don't know her. It's fine. I'm glad these stabs weren't terrible. I'm like not the best at balancing stab wires, so that's why I didn't do that on camera. But also I only had 1 pair of tweezers, so I was using my hand and a pair of tweezers, so it was probably not even doing anything. But I'm like, I'm just gonna tap this on my phone and hope that this does something. That's what all the key people do, right? Listen for some ticking. I don't know why I didn't do the F-row, but I guess that'll come last. There's no rhyme or reason to any of this. Oh yeah, this has the smaller shift too. Control Noel. And I think the default layout, this is another control. Ew, that looks awful. No, wait, that's the wrong size, that's why. I'm like, why does that look terrible? Oh no, I'm gonna have to pick everything up with my feet again. I'm sorry. Glad to know you also never balance the wires. That was honestly something, like, I don't do it myself for my own builds. But I'm like, I guess it's like something that people do. I mean, it is. No, wait. I might remap this anyway, so I don't know why I'm being so picky right now. And then I wanted, oh, the pink bar is there, but I wanted a cute key for like, or no, what am I doing? I should be doing novelties here on the bottom. Whatever, I'll do that later. Just don't drop anything. This setup is like very, there's stuff everywhere. I'm gonna drop something at some point. I'm surprised like no soldering iron like fell on me, honestly. Yeah, I'm like, get me that accent spacebar. It's gonna look good. Yeah. Oh, Okay, maybe I will actually move this because I forgot that the set came with a keycap puller. And I'm like, oh, how convenient. I just didn't want to grab my keycap puller. I'm kind of glad these sets come with it because, wow, let me just drop that on the floor. Great. At least the kids will have their own keycap pullers if they like ever want to change the sets, because that would be inconvenient if they didn't have them. Yeah, I don't even know what this is. Whatever anime this is referencing, it looks like a little, like, little ice cream sandwich with stars in it. I don't know what that is. Some weeb thing I don't understand, I'm assuming. No offense to weebs. Ooh, oh, I think the whatever like video, oh no, put the up, I wasn't paying attention. You're in the wrong place, buddy. This keycap puller sucks, by the way. NicePBT, nice try. This is not fun. Let me just find some more royalty-free music really quick. Oh, it's like, oh, YouTube does that, like, are you sure you're still watching? Like, it's Netflix? I'm like, yeah, I'm here to listen to, like, hours of royalty-free music. What do you think I'm here to do? Alright, and we're back. I haven't been drinking water this whole time. I'm probably really dehydrated. Alright, we're doing the function row. That's right. Oh, did I want... Nah, I don't know. I'll keep these as the regular keys, whatever. This music is like not what I wanted. Oh well, it's kind of hardcore. I kind of feel like I'm in like a truck commercial or something, you know? That would be fun. Just to drive my truck with this really loud guitar music. It's so hardcore. And then it's like an ad for Home Depot or something. I don't know. Can't relate. I'm like looking at a picture of the layout to be like, why am I doing this? Right? No, I put these on the wrong row because I'm not paying attention. It's not like I have a REKT1800 literally in front of my face that I could use because it's my own keyboard right next to me. But I have so many like artisans and novelties on it where I'm like, I don't even know what key that is. Like I know when I'm typing, but not when I'm putting keycaps on it. We're almost done. Why did I not put that right shift there? I don't know. We'll figure it out later. I gotta find it first. Ooh, there's blue arrow keys too as an option. It's good to know. My fingers are struggling to even get these out of here. Wow, we're almost done. And I have 10 minutes to beat my goal. We're in crunch time now. That should be a thing, like competitive keyboard building in a certain time limit. That would be kind of fun and chaotic to watch. Ew, what is this? That just looks bad. I don't know, whatever. We're trying to get this in time. I'm like on an episode of Chopped and I just like ruined the mystery ingredient and I'm running out of time. This is like the final stretch. I'm plating everything as quickly as I can. I should have played this music when I was bleeding earlier, like all over that bloody switch. That would have been kind of a vibe. Okay, why? I almost put F13 here. That would have been funny. We're almost done. I like Noel. It's cute. And I don't even remember like what these other keys are. I'll have to use the tester to see what their map does. I know delete is like here, which is dumb. I think it's I've always remapped delete to here on my REKT, but I don't know. I might just put the delete key there for now, and hopefully I'll remember to remap it later. But at least it's like I have till December to get these like really like exactly how I want them. So I have all the time in the world. I'm also like not the best at pushing keycaps all the way down, and it was like embarrassing when I went to a meetup recently where someone's like, do you even use this keyboard? And I was like, yeah, I do sometimes. They're like, the keycaps like aren't even pushed down. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I haven't used it that recently. Okay, buddy. But like, oh well. I don't even know, like, I'm gonna plug it in to see like what do these keys even test as, so I know like what. I don't know. Oh, see, that's supposed to be delete, dumb. Oh, and print, why would anyone have print screen, like, right there? That makes no sense. I can make that print, insert, page up, page down, cool. I could just do novelties here. Is there enough, like, row 1 novelties for that? No? Why do you do this to me? Because then it would just look bad to like not to have 3 novelties and not, you know, but whatever. I still need that 0 in this shift. I haven't forgotten you. I have 6 minutes. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Look, I need to put a cover on this so I don't get keycaps all over the floor. As I just drop this on the floor ever so gently. Is this the shift? No, it's too big. I might just have to use like an enter key or something. I swear I checked to make sure that this set had the shift that was the right size. I know it's somewhere, I'm just like probably missing it right now. Where are ya? Hello. No. I'm just gonna use this like random. It's an enter. No, that's also too small. Am I just like losing it right now? That's not a shift, but we're gonna go with it for now. Here we go. Here it is. That's true. Like, now I'm like, did Canon Keys just forget it? I feel like I'm just tired and maybe I just don't see it. I'm gonna revisit this with fresh eyes tomorrow. What? Unless I dropped the shift on the floor earlier, that's like entirely possible too. But anyway, I'm gonna turn the very hardcore music off for a second so we can have a scuffed sound test and end the night. Here it is. NicePBT Noel. It doesn't sound good on the glizzy mat, I will say. The glizzy mat is not doing this board any favors, and the shift is kind of like bad, but hey, I'll use a syringe later, and this sound test isn't very good because I don't have a mic that works well for this. But thank you for joining me. Yeah, I'm happy with it. It turned out decent. Anyway, thank you all for joining me on this stream. I got it in under 2 hours, so next, join me for my next REKT build where I'm trying to aim for maybe like an hour and 45 minutes. An hour and a half would be kind of like pushing it a little bit, but we'll see. Yeah. Thanks, y'all. I'm gonna play some guitar music and we'll go out, but thank you for joining me, friends. It was fun. I'm glad I wasn't just speaking into the void. Bye.